inside the Bucs Chats. Welcome back. MTN8 first leg semi-final against Mamelodi Sundowns. Orlando Pirates won. Mamelodi Sundowns won. What an interesting game. Um, the lineup. When you saw the lineup, what was you thinking? Like in terms of like what the coach is trying to achieve. Looking at the past two games that we've lost. Yeah. What was you thinking when you saw that lineup? Because the lineup changed. It wasn't the same lineup that played the what do you call the previous two games. We saw the likes of Van Rooyen, the likes of Abombata coming back.
Yeah, the lineup was also interesting, but the problem I had is we're making changes on a very high tempo game. As you can, so a player like Mbata was struggling a lot. Van Rooyen, he couldn't keep up. He tried first half, but second half he couldn't keep up. But I think we should have played a player like Moriko because I think it's a player that he can connect between the last set and the midfield. Because first half we struggled, but couldn't cross the line. He was always on our side. So we were struggling to penetrate Sundowns. But after the second half, when we made changes, that's where we started to take control of the game.
So now my question is that is it a thing now? Our weakness that is that is known by everyone that like whenever you play against Orlando Pirates, make sure that you force them to concede those fouls there in their half. And you know that chances are that you're gonna get a goal. So is us not being able to defend set pieces, corner kicks, free kicks, is it a thing now? Yeah, Orlando Pirates.
No, I think structurally, defensively, we are not organized at all. And then also, I think we still have a long way to go in terms of defending set pieces because it can never be 3 goals consecutive on set pieces. It's very, very questionable. And then we must also work hard on in terms of defending. And then we can't give opponents free headers in our 18-yard box. We need to work very hard on that. It's very, very disappointing. I think it's something that we must go work on. Which means if we can't defend them, which means we can also score set pieces. So it's a very big concern.
Yeah, because also like if you can look last season, Kev, and how we lost the league, set pieces were a big thing that we can't defend. It was known. Also, we lost semi-final against Pyramids because we couldn't defend the free kick, the corners, the square pass, and everything like that. But now, my question is now is that whole is the central pairing, yeah, defense between Siema, Limpogazi. Is it a thing now that we're gonna use because we had Kogi in the back outside? I thought maybe like the coach was gonna be like, let me pair either Siema or Mbogazi with Kogi because Kogi is able to defend those set pieces and everything like that. I don't know. What do you think?
No, I think besides having height inside the 18 area, also organization. We needed leadership there because if you can see, Siema sometimes is losing positions. You need someone to guide him. Like we need an experienced defender here, like Olisanda, Tabiso Sasani, or even Tapele Toki. But to be honest, we need someone there to command that central four of us because at some point we're losing position because of lack of experience.
Second half, Pirate came alive. What changed?
No, I think this introduction of Mbule bring us back to the game. Even though a player like Mbule is a player that is growing with the tempo of the game. So it started slow, but when he got the momentum, that's where we started playing Pirates way. So I think it's a player that we must start and then replace, not a player that can come and change the game.
So now, my question now is that like, if you can look at the chances that Orlando Pirates missed, we had no business in drawing this game because Evidence Bakopa got a chance, the likes of Sisibelebele scored, and he got a chance. So most of our goals are not coming from the strikers. I said it the previous game that like when our strikers gonna score goals because it seems like our goals are coming from the midfielders or our fullbacks.
No, I think it's still going back to our question that we don't have any connection between the midfield and the strikers. I think that's fair enough. I think the time we get the connection, that's where we're gonna get our strikers goals.
But now, if you can look at how we score the goals, most of the time you're gonna find a center back playing the ball long because that's how the goal came. Also, if you can look last season, that's how we were scoring. I think now, do you think now it's time that like we accept that like the only time that we're gonna score proper is if we play those long balls to our forwards?
No, I think also the biggest question that should come is to change this thing of number 10. I don't think it's working for us because I think Mahopa is more better when you're playing as a deep number 10 than as a striker because it's someone who is keeping the defenders busy, and then we need someone who will stick with the defender at the back.
All right. Next week, second leg, is history gonna repeat itself? When we drew 0-0 here and we played in Polokwane, they got 3. So next week it's Atteridgeville Masterpieces. Do you think with how the game went towards the end, are we gonna able to progress to the final?
Now I think we have the personnel to come back in Atteridgeville.
Yeah.
Sundowns are Atteridgeville.
Can we answer that in a simple matter?
Yeah.
Sundowns have never beaten us from away.
Do you remember
Ndoro?
Ndoro
And
calling the corner.
especially in Atteridgeville, they've never beaten us anyhow. And one thing for sure, I heard you asking him about the defensive football that we played today or whenever that we
No,
met.
I think I don't think a chance.
All right.
Yeah.
From us, we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Let's let them take over and hear what they say.
Ask that question and answer. Ask that question.
Can we answer?